Ethan looked away, his mind flashing back to that night. He remembered running from something, sirens, flashing lights, not just toward the crash, but away from something else. There's more you don't know, he murmured. The air between them grew heavier, charged with questions neither dared to ask. She reached across the table, her voice trembling. Ethan, what really happened that night? He opened his mouth to answer, but the moment was interrupted by the faint buzz of his phone on the table. He glanced down and froze. A message had appeared on the screen. Asterisk, we need to talk about the bridge now. Asterisk, Ethan's fingers trembled as he stared at the message glowing on his phone screen. The sender's name made his stomach drop. It was from a number he hadn't seen in years. His old friend, Mark, the same man who had been with him the night of the accident. His heart began to race. How did Mark know about this dinner? Why now? She noticed the sudden change in his expression. What is it? She asked, her voice cautious. Ethan quickly locked his phone, forcing a smile. Nothing, he lied, but she could see the fear flicker in his eyes. You're hiding something, she said, her tone sharper now. That message, it's about that night, isn't it? Ethan exhaled, realizing there was no escaping the truth anymore. There was someone else with me, he said slowly. Mark, he's the one who called for help after I pulled you out. But he stopped, the words catching in his throat. We weren't supposed to be near that bridge. We were running from something. Her eyes widened. Running from what? Before he could answer, another message appeared on his phone. Asterisk, don't say anything. She doesn't know what really happened. Ethan's pulse pounded in his ears. The woman leaned closer, her voice trembling now. Who doesn't know what? She demanded. Ethan's mind spun, the memory flooding back in fragments, flashing lights. Broken glass, a scream that wasn't hers. And suddenly, he remembered someone else had gone off the bridge that night. Someone who never came back up. Ethan's breath came in shallow bursts as the full memory broke through. The storm, the screech of tires, Mark yelling for him to turn around. They had been drinking that night, celebrating a deal that never should have happened. Then, through the fog, a car had swerved off the bridge. Ethan didn't think twice. He jumped into the freezing water and pulled the driver out her. But when he turned back for Mark, his friend's car had already gone over the edge. He disappeared beneath the current before help arrived. Now, sitting across from her, Ethan finally whispered, "It wasn't just you I tried to save. Mark didn't make it." The woman's face paled, her lips parting in shock. Mark, she repeated, as if the name unlocked something deep within her. Mark was my brother. The words hit Ethan like a punch. He froze, unable to breathe. Your brother? He said in disbelief. She nodded slowly, tears filling her eyes. He left that night to meet a friend named Ethan. He never came home. I never knew who you were until I saw your face. Silence filled the space between them, heavy and raw. Ethan felt the ground beneath him shift, guilt pressing against every word he tried to form. I never meant for it to happen, he said, his voice breaking. She stared at him, trembling, then took a deep breath. I know, she said softly, but you need to know something else. Mark didn't die that night. Ethan's heart stopped. Ethan sat frozen, his pulse thudding in his ears. What do you mean he didn't die? He asked, his voice barely above a whisper. She took a shaky breath. Mark survived, but he disappeared after the accident. He couldn't face the truth about what happened. For years, I thought he was gone. Until last month, I got a message. He's alive and he's been watching both of us. Ethan's mind spun, flashes of the anonymous texts, the untraceable number. It all made sense now. He's been trying to reach me, Ethan murmured, to make me remember. She nodded. He wanted you to face it, Ethan, to stop running from the guilt. Silence settled between them. For the first time, Ethan didn't try to fill it. The truth, heavy and painful, finally set in. Tell him I'm sorry, he said quietly, for everything. She reached across the table and squeezed his hand gently. You can tell him yourself, she said. He's outside. Ethan turned toward the window, heart pounding. And there in the dim reflection stood a man watching from across the street. Older, worn by time, but unmistakably marked. Their eyes met for a brief, powerful moment before Mark slowly walked away into the night. Ethan exhaled deeply, a strange calm washing over him. The past couldn't be undone, but it could finally be faced. As he stood to leave, the woman whispered, Sometimes forgiveness isn't found in words, it's found in finally remembering. Ethan nodded, ready to remember it all. 1.